Welcome to Hard Knock News. Today, we're covering a major legal development involving Jay-Z, Sean Diddy Combs, and serious allegations brought by an anonymous plaintiff, Jane Doe. On January 2nd, U.S. District Court Judge Analisa Torres approved Jay-Z's request to file a dismissal motion, marking a critical moment in this high-profile case. But new developments, including statements from Jay-Z's attorney and questions about the credibility of the allegations, are raising more questions than answers. Let's dive in. Jay-Z's attorney, Spiro, now has until February 6th to file the dismissal motion. Jane Doe and her legal team, led by prominent Texas attorney Tony Buzbee, will respond by February 28th with a potential reply from Jay-Z's team due by March 14th. These deadlines indicate that the case will remain in the spotlight for months to come.
We expect Mr. Carter to be fully cleared of all of this in the coming days. Almost nothing that she says has checked out because this never happened. You know, anybody, when they make up a claim, they can just keep repeating it and getting it right. But you never get the details right. And what happened during her interview with you is that the story began to unravel.
In an exclusive interview with NBC News' Chloe Mellis, Spiro explained his push to have the lawsuit dismissed, citing significant inconsistencies in Jane Doe's allegations. According to Mellis, the accuser herself acknowledged these inconsistencies when speaking to NBC News. Spiro emphasized how these admissions further weaken the case against Jay-Z and raise serious doubts about the credibility of the claims. Spiro also previewed his defense strategy. He argues that the statute of limitations undermines Jane Doe's allegations and that the Victims of Gender-Motivated Violence Protection Act, under which the lawsuit was filed, cannot be applied retroactively. Additionally, he questioned the jurisdiction of the case, stating that the alleged incident took place outside New York City, which impacts the law's applicability. Tony Buzbee, representing Jane Doe, has pushed back strongly. In a letter filed on New Year's Eve, Buzbee provided examples of similar cases where such claims were upheld despite statute of limitations arguments. He also argued that the Victims of Gender-Motivated Violence Protection Act could indeed be applied retroactively and emphasized the seriousness of the allegations, regardless of the incident's location.
I have a 13-year-old daughter. Help me understand how anybody's 13-year-old daughter has a friend who's driving who can pick them up without their parents' permission, drive them to Radio City Music Hall for the VMA.
Meanwhile, the credibility of the allegations has been questioned by others outside the courtroom. Dr. Umar Johnson, a well-known psychologist and child advocate, raised concerns about the narrative presented by Jane Doe. Speaking on the case, Dr. Umar questioned how a 13-year-old could have attended the 2000 VMAs in an after-party without parental involvement. He argued that this inconsistency raises red flags from a psychological and child advocacy perspective, further fueling doubts about the plaintiff's claims. Despite these challenges, Judge Analisa Torres ruled in favor of Jay-Z's legal team, allowing them to proceed with the dismissal motion. This marks a critical turning point in the case, as the outcome of this motion could determine whether the lawsuit moves forward or is dismissed entirely. This case highlights complex legal arguments, from statutes and retroactivity to jurisdictional challenges, while also drawing attention to the credibility of the claims. With public scrutiny intensifying and new voices entering the discussion, the stakes for all parties involved are higher than ever. What do you think about these developments? Do the inconsistencies weaken the case against Jay-Z, or should the lawsuit proceed? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates from Hard Knock News. Catch you next time.